What you see on the screen is the pyramid of hierarchy of importance when it comes to body recomposition. Body recomposition simply means growing muscle and losing fat. In other words, being muscular and lean. At the bottom, you're going to see the most important thing which you should focus on when you want to improve your physique, and that is energy balance. Energy balance is responsible for weight loss, weight gain, and weight maintenance. When we talk of energy balance, we're talking of calories. If you consume fewer calories than your body uses, you're going to lose weight. If you consume the same amount of calories as your body uses, you're going to maintain your weight. If you consume more calories than your body uses, you're going to gain weight. And that is the only thing that influences your weight. Nothing else. Not sugar, not insulin, not carbohydrates. No. Energy balance. And this is the first pillar and the most important one. Anyone who tells you anything else is lying to you. At the second level, you can see macronutrients. As far as weight loss goes, it doesn't matter where the calories come from. They could come from fat, protein, or even carbohydrates. So we've seen that energy balance will make you gain weight or lose weight or maintain weight. Macronutrients are the ones responsible for muscle growth. How you play around with your macronutrients determines whether you're just going to lose weight or fat. There's a difference. Weight loss means losing everything. The reduction of weight in the weighing scale. Fat loss is different. Fat loss means losing fat while maintaining or growing muscle. In some cases, when you're losing fat, you may not even lose weight, because you might lose the same amount of fat and gain the same amount of muscle. This is very common among beginners. To make sure you only lose fat and maintain or grow muscle, you must get enough protein. This is anywhere between 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kg. 20 to 30% of your calories should come from fats. Then the rest of your calories can come from carbohydrates. But for fat loss, while maintaining or growing muscle, you only need to track your protein and your calories. You do not need to track your fats and your carbohydrates very strictly. You can let them fluctuate. Today you can have more carbs, tomorrow you can have more fats. It doesn't matter. What you need to make sure of is you're getting enough protein and enough calories for your goals. In the table of hierarchy of importance, at number 3, you're going to see micronutrients. And this is the point where everyone is focusing on. Micronutrient has to do with food choices. To lose fat and grow or maintain muscles, the first 2 pillars are the most important. These are the ones that will give you results. For purely results, you do not need to focus on the ones on the top. Like for the first one, it doesn't matter where these calories come from. For the second one, it doesn't matter where those protein, carbohydrates, or fats come from. They can come from any food. But to make your journey fun and enjoyable, it's important to know how to make good food choices. So food choices are not responsible for the results, but they are responsible for making the journey easier or harder. The problem is everyone now is focusing on food choices, but this is not the most important thing. The most important factors are the first 2. So how do you make good food choices? I group foods in 2 categories. Caloric dense foods. These are foods that contain lots of calories per volume. Their caloric density is very high. Then we have nutrient dense foods. These are foods that come in large quantities but contain very few calories. When it comes to weight loss, nutrient dense foods are the foods that should dominate your diet. About 80 to 90% of your calories should come from nutrient dense foods. These are the foods that people call healthy foods. They have many micronutrients, they contain very few calories, and they fill you up. Caloric dense foods are the foods that people call bad foods or unhealthy foods. Most of these foods are devoid of micronutrients. When your goal is to lose fat and grow or maintain muscles, you should not avoid these foods. 10 to 20% of your calories can come from caloric dense foods. They are not bad, you should not eliminate them. Just make sure they do not dominate your diet when you're trying to lose weight. In a different video, I will go into details and I will come up with a list. At the fourth level, we have nutrient timing. And this is where things like diet structure, intermittent fasting, OMAD, TUMAD, and such things fall in. You can tell those are not among the basics. For fat loss and muscle growth or muscle maintenance, it doesn't matter the time you're going to eat. But currently, people are saying that this is the most important thing. People are focusing on food choices. They are demonizing some foods. They are saying things like sugar, carbohydrates, and I don't know what is causing weight gain, which is not true. They are also saying breakfast is bad for you, which is not true. Of course, I'm not saying you must eat breakfast, but I'm just saying nutrient timing is not among the basics. But how you do it will determine whether you're going to enjoy this process or not. And that is why I advocate for intermittent fasting. It does not cause weight loss by itself. No, you must be in a deficit. You must get enough protein for you to lose fat and grow muscle. But when you do intermittent fasting, it makes it easier for you to lose fat without struggle because you are able to eat big filling meals. And this makes the journey easier. At the top of the pyramid, you're going to see supplements. And these are the least important factors when it comes to fat loss and muscle growth. But everyone is focusing on that, while in reality, the first two pillars are the ones responsible for your results. There's nothing wrong with supplements. You can use them. But make sure the first four pillars are in place in that order. Energy balance, macronutrients, micronutrients, nutrient dense, then supplements. You should not buy any supplements if the first four pillars are not in place. And that is what most people are doing. And they are being disguided by their fitness coaches.